Hello there, this is Darth Ravage07 coming to you today with another quick review fresh in from Toy Dojo. I got in the Infinity series IF-02 Stray Swordsman. It's a mouthful. It's the Ocular Max's creation and a what if kind of thing. If Drift came aboard the Autobot Ark, what form he would have taken. It's none other than the Toyota AE86. Very fine. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this camera around and take a closer look at the new Drift. And here is Stray on the turntable, looking fine. Ocular Max doesn't skimp on any of this box stuff. Look at the side. The back side shows off that transformation from the AE86 to his awesome robot mode. There's a couple of different configurations that you can do there. Also on the box, if you ordered early, you got a first edition incentive. It's one extra head with 5 different face plates. It comes with this head and 2 other face plates right here. So like you got some options there. Pause and scan if you want to read that stuff there. On the bottom of the box, you can pause and scan there, but I think this was like an exclusive at Toy Dojo, ages 3 and up, and probably the Chosen Prime since it was at TFCon in Baltimore. I miss my Baltimore brothers. I hope y'all are all doing okay, staying safe out there. Let's crack this box open and take a closer look at this excellent Drift, long-awaited figure. And here is Stray on the turntable in his car mode. He comes in robot mode. And I unpacked this stuff to get to it a little bit quicker here. So we got his card with the same BioStory tech specs, but on the card right there. So this is side. We have his instructions, which show you how to do stuff and things, but it's just easier to go watch Nemesis Prime transformation to get all this stuff down pat. There's a lot there, and shows you the different configurations there that you can do with him, and some other neat bits there about this Drift. On the turntable there, you also see the alternate head, and it comes with 5 extra faces that just kind of peg in and peg out, and you need like a spudger to get that off of there. You have a more like he's getting ready to speak face. You have a smiley face. If I can get it to focus, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. We have a grr face and a screaming face. It just looks awesome. Boom, there you go. Also in here is the tiniest little styrofoam cup that you can actually put into that car mode. And I'll do that in just a little bit and show that off probably first. So there's that. It's just bait to get lost, and you get a couple alternate heads for that initial drift face. Initial drift face. Initial D drift. Anyway, a lot of punny there. So there's him with that face, and here he is with his grr face for the initial head. You also get a tech specs decoder. Those of us from the 80s just put that over the little grid here on the back of the box. Boom, and you can see them tech specs, but you don't really need to do all that. It's nice hat tip toss to what came before, and so I don't lose everything right here. We do have that extra set of stickers I was telling you about, from initial D to label it up as you see there. And so some work to be done there. Like how it looks right there, but I also like the way it looks whenever you look at the initial D show. And I'm late to the party on all this stuff, but I might go ahead and get into that show as well. And there he is, all dollied up there. And what an absolutely beautiful car mode this really is. Got the headlights popped up. Here's a look at that side. Here's a look at it from the back. You can see the sword hilt sticking out of the back. It's their storage underneath the port side of the car. And again with the front. And let's take a closer look at that. Oh man, it's just awesome, man. A little quick look at the bottom, showing off the storage. I wish that set more flush, but these things are loose. You got the sword hilt, and then up here hiding next to one of the shoulders, tucked away cleverly. You see the tab that it's connected to, and it's in there good, and it's not going anywhere. The only thing that you'll lose is this, and you got the two short swords right there. So good storage. I'm going to attempt to open this with my fingernail, show off those innards. Let you see that the cup holder's under there. I'm gonna try to get that cup. I'm gonna mistransform it and put the little styrofoam cup in there, just like in the show. And that's pretty much the steps you gotta do. You gotta raise this thing up, raise that up, raise this whole piece up off the bonnet up, and then you can get access to put that little cup inside of the cup holder. And it's so teeny-tiny, guys. Sorry about this. But I did it, and now I'll close it up just to show that off here. And there is the cup, styrofoam cup in its cup holder there inside of the car. You got the steering wheel there. And that's just so cool, man. And they actually got the little seats there and all the other good stuff. And now that I'm done filming this, I'm going to put this little guy back into that bag and that stuff over there. In the spirit of not losing one of the tiniest accessories ever, I'm going to close that car door and take one more spin around the block here, showing you off all the stuff with the headlights popped up. I just think this thing is really freaking awesome in car mode. Love it so much. The only thing I don't like about it, like I said, is this loose blade here with this guy here. I don't know outside of why it has to be loose like that, but it is a little loose. Once you get this sword hilt that the handle and the sword connect into this, it's not going anywhere. It's in there good. And these guys, these short swords stay on there pretty good all the same. Let's get him back into his robot mode after I show off. Lights down. And that's got some initial D written all over it, especially if you add those other extra labels. Let's get him in robot mode and take a closer look at this cool robot mode. I just want to take a little pro tip transformation timeout right here just to show you what I'm talking about. So this is the right side completely configured the right way. The screws underneath this hood, and you can see it right here as you take this stuff back apart here. If you do not have that flat Phillips, or that flat part of that Phillips head screw right there underneath the hood, you will not get this thing to fold up cleanly into the car mode, where these two tabs tab up underneath there and everything sits flush. You got these holes, or the holes there, and those tabs on the back of the shoulders there. It won't line up and it will not sit flush if, like I said, you don't have that screw sitting just like this. So I hope this helps somebody out. And here is Stray in his robot mode, looking magnificent. I gotta say, the articulation of this guy is top notch. If you look right here, you can see his holding his cup, and that is really mightily impressive. Most impressive indeed. I can't get over how good the articulation is, how good everything is clean and looks so well. Another thing with his left hand there is that you can live long and prosper. And that is freaking awesome that this guy has that much articulation. He can do some other fun things, but, you know, for sake and time of stuff, the articulation is top notch. Let's put that thing away now and not lose it. Stray has some crazy articulation. Let's just start off at his feet here, guys. You got an ankle rocker that can move in ever so far there. You do get some toe down and whatnot. You can get some toe up, like however you need to do that. These knees do articulate with the slider, giving you the standard look out of the box and or the more drift look as you go along there. It's like on a slider, and you can flex it up and flex it down. And then that's the crazy thing. These hips have it's not a ball joint, it's a swivel and a pivot, and it's just really, really cool. So you can get your scabbards going on out back there. And then this waist will pop up like that, so you can get this to go up. And you can probably get it to go higher because it will do some drop down like Magic Square sorta, but then bam. So you can get a super high kick if you need to. however you see fit. The thing about that dropping down is you got to make sure that when you go back to car mode, it goes all the way back up flush, or you will have a gap between the back of the car door and the back end of the car. So there is that also to be mindful of. You get all the way around at the waist, because I'm getting ahead of myself here. I mean, that is so cool that you get all the way around at the waist. Due to transformation, you may untransform the scabbard just as I demonstrated. The knee has 2 points of articulation. You got that nice clickety ratchet, but then you also got that, and you don't want to do this thing right here. You want to keep this thing out of the way, because this thing is so tight on this other joint. And I don't think it's got that's the top one that keeps ratcheting, but it's so tight, you might want to undo the tightness of that screw there. And I hadn't done it yet, because I like having things tight like a tiger. And then so I'm going to get this thing popped back out here and get this guy back inside of there. There we go. And it will fill in the gaps for the most part if you do that stuff right. So there's that and that. You can get, scoot this up out of the way, you can get the full Van Damage, the full Mr. T, because this guy has got crazy good articulation, and I love those ratchets. Good night. It's so nice. Okay, those arms. Oh, another thing, these things are flushing in, so like they're like inside like this from the get-go. You simply just rotate this thing back up here and get the full chest. Drift works out, man. So he's ripped. I mean, that is so cool, man. You can do it in or out, however you see fit. Now the shoulders, this is what I was talking about with the car configuration. I've kind of left it here just to kind of make a point. You can lift up on this thing right here and then flex this thing back up out of the way. That's the hood. That's the hood that has that Phillips head screw in it. And if you do have it right, well, see, it's me fooling around and articulating this. It has another point of swivel inside of here, inside of this shoulder joint. So I mean, it's got several different things going on. You can get this thing to go all the way out there. You can flex on back out here. I mean, up and around and about. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff with these shoulders. I mean, it's pretty freaking phenomenal. For figuring, you can go all the way around at that shoulder. You got the elbow, a double. Do the transformation, you get quite a bit that way or whatnot, and you do get another inner kind of thing at the wrist along with the wrist articulation there. So that's part of the transformation joint, and you do get all the way around at this right here. You can flex back like this, and each of these fingers are able to articulate however you see fit. You can, when you go to manipulate this, like I said, you may pop it off the joint there, but like I said, this guy is freaking phenomenal. With all that said and done, I keep moving this out of the way, and you got a couple of different configurations with this and the shoulders. I'll get to that in a second. On the head, you get some wiggly waggly. It's on a ball joint, so you can go down that far, you can go up that far, you can spin it all the way around. Again, how you see fit, and you just pop off that head to do the other head. Another pro tip, guys, when you're removing that head, these things are really pointy, and you will donate blood if you ain't careful. So there's the finger prick from the point, if you get the point and what I'm saying here. But here he is with the alternate head, and you can like do this chest and these shoulders in an alternate configuration. For this first part here, you can just flex this out, fold this around, and then come back up, and boom, you got the chest all said and done. Then with each of the shoulders, you can take and put this out and pull this up. So with that shoulder, you got the initial tab that will go inside of this lower hole here, that you can do it, and or you take these two tabs and stick them in like right here to give it a little bit more of a popped up kind of look. Enough different look that goes with that head. I think goes a little bit better with this head. To each his own. So there's the normal shoulder configuration and the pop up with the chest alternated, and let's just complete the look for prosperity. No matter the configuration, no matter how you got the knees and all that, I mean, that gives it enough different look, so you can do the head with that and or vice versa. Flip it around however you see fit, and it looks good no matter the angle. And that's the other thing I was wanting to get into here. is on the back here, you got this little like toggle kind of thing. So if you push that, if you toggle this down, this thing will pop up, and then you got like another place to store the sword and a place in the car mode to put them on the back there, just like this. Storage options aplenty for the swords. That just looks really, really awesome and tight. I like the way that looks there in the back. And you have to like pull these shoulders out just a little bit in order to get this head to go all the way around. He doesn't have all the articulation that the other one has. It's kind of weird, but I mean, nice that we got a bonus head, extra extended, and that kind of thing going on. I'm gonna try to clean this guy up. And with so many options on how to like get him into, you know, different configurations, that's why I think that this guy is figure of the year for me. I mean, that's my reasoning for it. I mean, I'm just gonna be bold and put it out there. Bam. He's so cool. I mean, you can do those shoulders in, you can do them out. You got these little extra bits here in the chest, filling them on out. Now let's get those swords in the hand and do some other poses. Here is Stray with his two-hand samurai ready to show down. He's got the scabbards with the short swords there. I've took them off the back. I like how you can just do different things with those shoulders to make it bigger, broader backed, I mean, just freaking phenomenal. I love that they can, this is like an old generation toy that could do the same thing. You just can't store those in the car mode for obvious reasons. And boom, they have to store up underneath the car in this guy's mode. And a couple more configurations. You can dual wield those short swords and flex however you see fit. And one more of my favorite. And the final pose I'll get him in. You get the point, no pun intended. This guy has all kinds of configurations you can do, limited by your own patience and or, you know, imagination there. I love this. This is like the ultimate swordsman. You know, it's on the box there. He is just so phenomenal. Let's get Drift into some final thoughts, guys. Final thoughts on this version of Drift. IF-02 Stray doesn't stray far from awesomeness. I mean, this guy is so cool. If you can do it on the box, you can do it with this figure, and it's just phenomenal. I absolutely love this figure. It's my vote for third-party figure of the year already, and it's March. You know, we got a lot of year left, but this thing just totally rocks. I saw this at TFCon Baltimore with my TFCon brothers, and we were just like looking at it through a pane of glass, and to have this in hand to be able to manipulate and do the stuff and things, it's priceless. I really wished I could have brought it home with me back then, but I think that was just a prototype, and they had some really, really pretty pieces there, and it's worth going to those shows just to see what's coming, and then you actually get your hands on it and you manipulate it, and that's where it's all good, man. Good things come to those who wait, but boy, it was painful that somebody that was setting up the event got to go through there and manipulate and pose and do that kind of stuff. And that would be an awesome job in and of itself to be able to show off these awesome pieces like this. Thanks again for watching my channel, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. I highly recommend this to anybody that is a fan of Transformers. Just know that you got to get those hips right, those shoulders right when you go into that awesome Toyota AE86 mode from Initial D. I wish that he was on the ARC, but that's why this is here in front of us, and I can't wait to get the recolor that's coming. I also like to get the Black Hood version whenever they decide to pop that out there in the quest for more money. It's worth your money, guys. Thanks again for watching. Y'all have an excellent week. Stay safe. Until all are one, guys. Thanks again.